when we arrive at 8 o'clock in the morning, we come and open up our Millennium Cert, and that produces our pages flips. And it's just a program that we use, but right here we can click on notices, and it is already set up to print just Hardesties, just this library's notices.
Oh, I see.
So once we click that, it gives us a screen, and then we go to our printer where we keep our pages. We just insert them here, and we print 6 to a sheet. And our printers up downtown, they do. So we just click on send our notices. It takes just to queue it up in the we print for the whole library. We're printing upstairs, and then after we print, we separate children's first floor and second floor.
Could you describe the label to me a little? Why don't you hold one up and describe it?
When it prints out the information that it's going to give, and this is a good example because you're going to see Owasso, Broken Arrow, Bixby, Collinsville, Brookside, and with 25 libraries in the system, you know, it's important that that's quickly identified so that when we do put them on the cart, then that is easy for us to sort them out, just alphabetically. The other information that we have on the slip, we're going to have the author's last name, and right here is the person who has placed the hold. This person happens to probably be in Owasso, doesn't want to drive to branches, can pull our book and send it to Owasso. They don't have to make the trip. And I think that's probably one of the big selling factors, is it saves those people time. So you're going to have the author, the title, the call number. This is the barcode number that's assigned to that book, which is also represented right there. And then this is us. That's when they get it, they will know that it came from Hardesty. And that tells where it's going to. Okay, which is our cookbooks. Then I have 646 here, 649. So in the sense that it does come in order, and when I'm in the library, that makes it easy.
Gotcha.
Okay, and as I look for 641, 875, I come along here, and when I find Ultimate Juicing, then I check. Before I put it on the book, I'm going to check and make sure that 8596 matches 8596. And then as I place it on the book, I always place it in such a way that the name and the library show up, because that's got to go on a cart, be sorted, and when a Owasso library receives it, they've got to put it on their whole shelf, so that needs to show up really nice.
Got it.
Let me just fix that just a little bit better there. Okay. Tell me when you want me to stop.
Just one more. Sounds good.
646.34. But not to where. I'm going to check 1920. Last 4 or 5 digits right there just to make sure. We always try to cut a little corner under. That makes it easier for us and for the next person, so that the name is showing.
Peel it off.
Do what? Just these two.
She called down here. I guess she just got in the directory and called down.
Got it.
I gave her your email.
Well,
It's good seeing you, John.
okay, guys. Appreciate it.
gonna have some kind of explanation as to like how everything's organized and all that stuff.
Well, I might have you describe it. Do it if you want.
Okay, well, here in the sort room we've got 24 different cards that represent the 24 different branches in the library system. And we basically just take our cart from one of those branches that has books for all the other libraries, and we sort them out, just go down the row in alphabetical order. Pretty simple.
Do the branches do sorting for you?
Yeah, they do, actually. Most of the time. Every once in a while there's a book in alphabetical order, but for the most part they're pretty much correct.
Well, and it almost looks like you have sorted in sequence to how you unload them too.
Yeah, that's...
So they basically do it alphabetical for you on the pre-sort.
That's right. When they pre-sort it, they pre-sort them alphabetically on the cart that goes out of their library, and then when we come in here, we just go down the row in alphabetical order. And it works out pretty well, really. A lot better than the old system.
Do you remember the old system?
Well, I wasn't here for it, but I've heard lots of nightmare horror stories about it. It was all using those totes like that.
Yep.
And vans. Of course, I'm sure you know about that since you helped us get away from that.
Yeah, I remember. Believe me. The guy who was doing this job.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll keep you in shape. Sure. I mean, even the carts will, you know. They're still, you know, you still got... Books are still heavy, you know, but yeah, I don't have the 80-pound totes. That's pretty nice.
Telephone call for you, Toby.
Seriously?
Seriously.
Okay. Can you tell him about 5 minutes? Or get a number?
Okay, no problem.
Eye holes in the same thread.
Yeah.
Screw those through it so they can be slid and go down that track.
Got it.
And they work great. All they have to do is take and tighten it up when they get it in place so it'll stay rigid. Got shelves on both sides for the toe blocks so they don't always use them.
Probably need to tell you that on Mondays and Tuesdays, though, they have to work later, 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, walk me through the process. Go in how many morning?
They roll in the truck and bring in at least 6 or 7 of these carts, mixed books, some that belong to us and some that are being held for patrons. We pull the whole books off the cart. They have purple slips on them so we can separate them quickly and check them in. And all our regular carts just sit here until we have time to check them in. They check.
Uh-huh.
And then we alphabetize them and stick them on the wall. People self-serve. They pick them up at their own. We hold them for a week.
7 days?
Yes, 7 days.
Seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
Because we are open 7 days, they can come in
Anytime, pick them up.
anytime during that week to pick
They
them
can
up.
self-check out, is that right?
Yes, they can take them from the whole shelf to the self-check or to the circulation desk, and we can check out for them.
Okay. And this is your self-check station? Right?
Where's Hilda? She tried to get
I came in, Linda, and returned a book to you, and it had a hold on it. What would you do? You call a hold or transfer?
hold. Hold.
What would you do with a hold?
Let's see. You would take your book and check it in. And if it has a hold, then you take a hold
Is
slip.
that purple or lavender to you?
Lavender.
You guys missed the pink slips, I know.
We don't miss that much.
We're thinking of turning them to green next time.
Oh.
Okay. Now, to be courteous, I'm going to look up the item book and write down the name of the person that it's going to. Put the branch at the top, and then their last name. Now that's ready to go on the delivery cart, which we have behind us right.
And how do you know where to put it?
We have it divided alphabetically by the name of our branches. Picture now through M is on one side and N through Z is.
Now, when you guys first started doing this, there was some concern that sorting the books onto the carts might add some work. I remember some of you guys were worried about that. Has that become an issue, or is it not? How difficult is it to take the book and know where to put it on the cart?
You do it automatically. You don't even think about it anymore.
You pretty much know what shelf it at. You're at to the point now where you actually know what shelf it goes on, because it seems to be so repetitive,
If
right?
you can alphabetize, you can do this.
Okay, so you'd recommend this to everybody.
Absolutely.
Tell me what the old system used to be like.
It was labor intensive. It was a lot more physical labor because of the tote boxes. So it's easier that way.
Where would you put the totes?
Everywhere you had a square inch.
How many times did we trip over them and
We
fall?
did.
Anybody ever get
A lot
hurt?
of shuffling them around when you needed one.
Yeah,
that wasn't
I
on
did.
the-
You got hurt?
I fell on my knee once, and the paging slips are nice because that's printed in a nice, easy print that's quite often easier to read than somebody's handwriting.
Right. Oh yeah, that's a big plus. The printed
Uh-huh.
ones are
Yeah.
a big plus for reading people's handwriting.
This is what, your third or fourth year of using these carts?
At least third. I don't know how long we did it in the old building because we.
We're at 400,000 holds when we did that project 3 or 4 years ago. You're over 600,000 now,
Yeah.
and you
And all
have
the extra ones are here. Let me tell you.
probably, and you have, in terms of at least the drivers and the sorters, you have the exact same staff.
The same staff.
So
Okay.
the 2 drivers and sorters have been
Okay,
able to
that's
handle
interesting.
a 50% increase over what you were doing later. And if you remember with hubs, they were dying just to keep up.
Yeah.
So now,
It's got to be easier physically on them too. I mean, I know they still have some of that, but honestly, it can't be anything around all day long.
yeah, amen to that. So you would never want to go back to the tubs.
No.
Don't we see around here, the happier we are.
Yeah. The lesser reasons we find to use them, the happier we are.
What do you guys do what do you do in the rain? Do you have tarps? They work good?
That works excellent. Tarp, one of my tarps.
Oh.
In most libraries, I have to take in 3 or 4 carts at a time, so it gets kind of a hassle.
I see.
Yeah, it would. That's the only thing we're missing, I think, is maybe like a particular kind of tarp that could cover, a cart, or 2 cars.
Originally when we spec'd the trucks, we spec'd them at 36-inch heights with whatever kind of hanger they wanted every 3 feet. And we ended up moving that down to 30 inches so that it set better on the cart. This is actually, I think, about 28 inches. We lowered it a little more. And those screws pull out the aluminum studs. So we made up some taller ones that had more screws in them to hopefully hold them.
Yeah.
And eventually those pulled out. So we came up with this system right here that's unistrut. It's an electrical fixtures hanger, basically, and bolted it all the way through so it couldn't pull out. And we came up with